Search for Common Ground has concluded a 3-day capacity building training for journalists from Bayelsa, Delta and Rivers State in southern Nigeria. The training is part of the EU-sponsored project titled A Community-Centered Approach to Transforming Criminality and Violence in the Niger Delta, aimed at enhancing conflict-sensitive journalism in the region. The project, implemented in partnership with Stakeholder Democracy Network and Partnership Initiative for the Niger Delta. The 18-month project spans 66 communities across 33 local government areas in the 3 states. Facilitators of the EU Niger Delta project emphasize the importance of equipping journalists with the skills to spotlight the region's potential rather than focusing solely on its challenges. They noted that the training has empowered media practitioners to report critically and factually on issues affecting the oil-rich region. Facilitators of the EU Niger Delta project emphasize the importance of equipping journalists with the skills to spotlight the region's potential rather than focusing solely on its challenges. They noted that the training has empowered media practitioners to report critically and factually on issues affecting the oil-rich region.
A major success story we also speak to, that project can also speak to, is the reduction in oil bunkering as we have it. A lot of persons are celebrating the reduction, but many people are not aware of the behind-the-scene efforts that entities like Search for Common Ground is doing. And part of the reason for the reduction is because when we moved into the 66 communities, because in picking the communities, we ensure that we pick communities that are heavily impacted by oil bunkering. So in moving into those communities, we deliberately looked for the key actors and we brought them on board and integrated them as members of our community peace architecture. So today, some of them are also the champions we have in the communities campaigning against the dangers of illegal oil bunkering. So in integrating them as peace actors, some of them completely abandoned what they are doing. And the CPA platforms we set up also became early warning and early response structures to the extent that we have now seen improved security collaboration. So when there is an oil bunker activity happening in a particular location, for instance, the moment it is dropped on that platform, you see the relevant security agencies quickly running with that. And in our SPA meetings, they come back with the report telling us the interventions they have done in responding to those challenges, the oil bunkering challenges. And there are also security agencies operating in the region have also attributed that to what Search is doing in the various communities. So, like I said, we are documenting them, but these are some key success stories that we can quickly speak to because of the limited time you guys have.
Conflict in itself is very challenging, it's tough. So it's a gradual thing when you transform conflict. And we are particularly glad, with the stakeholders that we work with from the communities, the community leaders, and so the gatekeepers of community, how they've been able to welcome us and how they've been able to, introduce us to members of the community. And we've been able to achieve, some progress through dialogues that we've had with them, through advocacy that we've had also, all in a bid to transform, violence and criminality in the Niger Delta. We've also been able to work with some youth members because we know how valuable and influential youths can be when it comes to the issue of violence and criminality. So I think so far, so good. There has been progress. It was an avenue for us to gauge the understanding of journalists on what we've, impacted on them in the past. So it was an avenue to gauge their knowledge, to see how they've been able to transfer the knowledge in their work through their reports, through how they communicate the message of development in the communities. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about us; it's about transforming, criminality and violence in the communities in the Niger Delta. So, we've seen different methodologies that the journalists have talked about and what they've done. So it has been an improvement, and at the end of the day, everybody remains happy.
One of the sciences that back up behavioral change messaging is the psychological analysis. Psychological analysis in the sense that you're not appealing to just the person, you're appealing to the brain. You're trying to instill some values, you are trying to remove some things they've known before. So, in a way, journalists in this region, when we talk about militancy, cultism, all those vices, it's not just telling us a so number of persons have died, but now bringing it to the fore by telling the people that this is why you should shun violence, this is why you should shun cultism, this is why you should avoid militancy. And if you do this, there are gains for us. So as journalists, we will now be doing more of informing and at the same time educating the public, letting them see the dark side of the path they might have chosen and the good side of embracing positivity. So when we do these things by using the appropriate key messages and a call to actions, as journalists, we can achieve BCC even in the region as much as we are carrying on with our daily day-to-day activities of reportage.
Participants expressed their gratitude, highlighting how the training fulfilled their desire to learn data journalism and analysis. They stated that the skills acquired would significantly enhance their professionalism and improve their reporting standards.
Commence for this great privilege to be part and participants of this training. When I was coming, although I had expectation of acquiring more knowledge regarding to improving my reportage, especially in the area of reporting conflict and violence. And at the end of today, I think I'm better equipped, especially in this area, this reporting conflict and violence.
There were some things we were doing wrong at the office, but that training helped me understand better the concept of behavioral change messaging. So we have a particular message we use in our meetings. It's been running for years, but coming for this training exposed me to what we've been doing wrongly with that message, and then taught us the need to review some of these messages and rejig, and then get feedback from the audience. So that's one. And then my reporting generally as a reporter, before now we report like it's not my business. Whatever happens from it happens. But now we report knowing that we have that power to either escalate or douse tension. So I'm always very sensitive in my language use and what I intend to get with my report. Impact generally.